class, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. Once you're on the website, you need to go to maths. This is a class for maths. This is a grade 2 lesson. Okay. Okay. Once you've selected grade 2, I'll give you the topic. The name of the topic is units of measurements. Okay. And the chapter number and the lesson number is chapter number 19. The chapter is chapter number 19. And the lesson number is 5. Lesson number 5 for chapter number 19. Okay. And the name of the lesson is which metric unit. Metric unit is a standard unit throughout the world, right? Which metric unit of length is appropriate? So there will be objects and we would need to tell which measure we would be using over here. Okay. Before doing that, let's go to maths grade 2, chapter 19 and lesson number 5. So before starting anything, I would give you a comparison. Okay. Let's do some comparison and let's see what exactly are the units of measurements. Okay. So in this case, what we know is if this is a scale given to us, let's reduce this a bit. Okay. Okay. Undo. Just a moment, please. I would rather reduce this. Okay. If this was given to us, we know that the gap from here till here is 1 centimeter, right? And there are 10 lines in this 0.5 and that means 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. Okay, we know that. Okay, do we agree? So let's suppose if I would want to do, I want to show what is a meter, right? See, if I would want to show what is a meter is 10 times of this length. That means if this was 10 centimeters, right? This was 0, this was 10. Then we add another 10. This would be 20 and so on. That means 1 meter would be equals to 100 centimeters. That means meter is the biggest measure. Okay, do we agree? And what we did compare over here was high semi, high precious. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, ma'am. Okay. So 1 meter would be 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter would be equals to 10 millimeter. Okay. Let's try to remember this and use this information. Okay. I'll just erase part of it that we don't need. Okay. And we will look, this is a 5 centimeter scale given to us. Let's look at the first question and what they're asking us. Okay. What they are saying is, what should be which is a better estimate for the length of a dolphin? Okay. And the question given is, which is a better measure for the length of a dolphin? Can the length of a dolphin be a millimeter? Can the length of a dolphin be in millimeters? Is it a millimeter is like the thickness of your nail, right? We know that it cannot be millimeter. If we have three options, millimeter, centimeter, and a meter, right? If we have these three options, We know that the length of the dolphin cannot be millimeters, right? Or in centimeters. This cannot be the size of the dolphin, right? Okay. So can you type your name so that I may use that name? Okay. So it cannot be centimeter either. So we know that a meter is the best measure for finding the size of a dolphin, right? Or we can say, in our given example, we can say the size of a dolphin can be is best measured in meters. Okay, do we agree? Meter is a better estimate for the long length of a dolphin, right? Okay, for the next question, let's see which is a better estimate for the height of a door. Okay, let's look at the given options. If the question says which is a better measure for the height of a door, and we know that the door is always taller than us, right? The door has to be bigger than us for us to pass through it. So for the given options, if it says in question number 2, if the given options are, just a moment, let me copy the options. If the options were 3 millimeter, 3 centimeter, or 3 meters. So which is a better option? Ohim, Ohim, what is the better measure? What is a better measure for the height of a door? Can a height of the door would be 3 millimeter, like the thickness of 3 nails? It cannot be, right? Would it be 3 centimeter? We can see 3 centimeter over here. Would it be 3 centimeter, a door? Okay. So what should be the height of the door? Venosa, what should be the height? Let's focus. What should be the height? It cannot be millimeters. It cannot be centimeters. And we can say 3 meter is a better measure. Yes, thank you. Okay. 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 It's a 3-bit. Next, let's have a look. What is a better measure for the estimate of the length of a mouse tail, right? But sometimes I might call you with the names that your logins are there with, okay? Because I am focusing on the questions and I am focusing on you people answering, right? Sometimes I would. So for question number 3, if the, okay, Valerie, what should be the better measure? Would it be, let's suppose, if these values were given to us, millimeters, centimeters, and meters, right? For the length of the tail of a mouse, can the tail of a mouse be, we know that usually the tail, can it be 8 millimeters, 8 centimeters, or 8 meters? What is the better estimate for the length of a mouse tail? What is a better estimate for the length of the mouse tail? We know that a mouse tail cannot be 8 meters long, right? 8 meter is maybe if our height is 6 feet something, that is 1 meter, right? So 6 times our height. No, a mouse 8 millimeter is this. I'll show you the length, that is 8 millimeter. Okay, if I would say 8 millimeter, this is 8 millimeter. If I pick up over here, this to this length was 8 millimeters. Is the length of the mouse tail is this big, or is it bigger than that? This. The mouse has a very long tail, right? It cannot be meter, because we know that 1 meter is approximately our height. It's approximately 3 feet, right? So our height is I'm just taking an average human's height, right? 5 feet or 6 feet. We would consider 2 meters to be 6 feet, right? So a mouse cannot have this small tail, right? But a mouse can have this long tail, right? So we can say a mouse tail can be this long. If this is 8 centimeter, right? So we can say it cannot be very short. It cannot be very long, but it could be a mediocre height, 8 centimeter, right? Agreed? The length of a mouse tail can be 8 centimeter. Agreed? Okay. Let's try another question. If we need to find which is a better estimate for the height of a 5-story building. 5-story building, okay? That means it has a height of 5 floors on it. And the given options are, I'll write down the given options. For question number 4, if it was 16 millimeter, 16 centimeter, or 16 meter. So, which is the preferable height? Which is a preferable height of a 5-story building? Can it be millimeters? Can the height of a 5-story building be 16 millimeter? A 16 millimeter would be from this is 1 centimeter, and this is 16 millimeter mm. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Precious. That means it cannot be millimeters, it cannot be centimeters, but it can be meters. Okay, thank you. Moving ahead to the next question. What we are doing over here is we are trying to find the most accurate estimate if ever we think of a paintbrush or a toothbrush, right? So we know that what is the length. It cannot be meters. The toothbrush cannot be longer than us, right? Or it cannot be very small so that we are not able to use it, right? So the next question says, what is the better estimate for the length of a paintbrush? We know that we can hold a paintbrush. It's very similar to a toothbrush, right? So if the given options were, let me just copy the given options. If the given options were, okay, 23, millimeter, 23 centimeter, or 23 meters. A tennis court or a pickleball court would be 23 meters, right? 23 millimeter would be the upper part of the paintbrush where they have the hair, right? Which we use to paint. But the entire paintbrush would have how much? Length of the paintbrush would be? What is a better estimate? Can we have a paintbrush with this length approx? Can we have a paintbrush this big? Yes. Thank you, Precious. 23 centimeter is a better estimate for the length of a paintbrush. Yes, 23 centimeter. Thank you. Okay. Which is a better estimate for the length of a car key? They are saying if a car key we have, just a moment, please. For the length of a, sorry. We have seen a car key, and they're saying for question number 6. Yes, Valerie? Okay. The proposed values are, I'm just copying the units over here. The proposed values were 6 millimeter, 6 centimeter, or 6 meters. So what is the better estimate for the length of a car key? A car can be 6 millimeters, 6 centimeters, or 6 meters. Valerie, what should be the answer? See, meter, 1 meter, 2 meters is 6 millimeter. 6 millimeter. Wouldn't 6 millimeter be too small? 6 millimeter would be this length. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. If this was 5 millimeter, and then this should be 6 centimeter, right? This is centimeter. And 6 millimeter is this. 6 millimeter and 6 centimeter. Okay, Jane. What should be the answer of a length of a car key? Yes, Precious, your answer is correct. Thank you. But it cannot be 6 millimeter. Precious answer was 6 centimeters. This can be the length of the car key. That means millimeter is too small for a car key. Meter is too big. That means centimeter is a much more closer estimate to the length of car key, right? Thank you, May. Okay. Which is a better estimate for the length of a car? If we are looking at the length of a car, can we have a car in centimeters? If a car is millimeter long, we cannot sit in the car. If a car is centimeters long, still I don't think we can sit in a centimeter car, right? So if the units given are, let me just copy these values. Okay. If these were given to us, let's see, 5 millimeter, 5 centimeter, and 5 meters. So which is a better estimate? Jane, which is a better estimate? For a length of a car? Length of a car. Yes, thank you. No, millimeter is very small. Millimeter, 5 millimeter would be this long only. This is 5 millimeter. Can a car would be this big? Or if we take 5 centimeter, can this be 5 centimeters? Can a car be this long? A car, we are talking about a car, right? Car cannot be this, right? The length of the car can be 5. The length of car can be 5 meters, agreed? But it can be 5 meters. Thank you, Precious. Okay. Because I just drew a random sketch, right? 5 millimeters is very small, 5 centimeter. If this is the length, we cannot have this big car, right? So it has to be 5 meters. Okay. Thank you. Moving ahead to the next question. Let me get the next question. The next question says, okay, which is a better estimate for the length of a parking space, right? If we need to park a car, the space has to be bigger than the car, right? This parking space cannot be smaller than the car. So if we are given these, and let's see if this is our question number 7. The question number 7 states that, let me just copy it from the top so that I may reuse it. Okay. Okay. Can a car length of the parking space be 6 millimeters, 6 centimeters, or 6 meters? What is a better estimate for the parking space? 6 millimeter is this length, right? Approx. Can you park a car in this space? No, I don't think so. If this was 6 centimeter, can you park a car in this space? No, we cannot, right? But 6 meters is a good enough space to park a car, right? Because in the previous question we said 5 meter is a good length for a car. Then the parking space would be a little bigger than the length of the car. It has to be a little more than the length of the car. So 6 meters is a better estimate. Okay. Okay. See, we can have different sizes of TV, right? A television can have multiple sizes, but the remote has almost a constant length. They would have a similar length, right? A TV remote. So let's see. For question number 8, if we say which is a better estimate for the length of a TV remote. Okay. So we say, if I would say centimeters, millimeters, centimeters, or meters. So if I would say 17 millimeter is a better estimate, 17 centimeter is a better estimate, or 17 meters is a better estimate. What is a better estimate for the length of a TV remote? We said in the previous question that the length of the parking space was just 6 meters, right? So can a TV remote be 17 meters? What is a better estimate? 17 millimeter would be this length, right? Approx. 17 meters would be like, yes, thank you. Centimeter is a better. Because a remote cannot be maybe like 3 times bigger than a car. So 17 centimeter is a better estimate. Thank you. Thank you. That's perfectly correct. Okay. Okay. Which is a better estimate for the height of a double-decker bus? Double-decker means it has two decks. That means it should be very tall. It has to be taller than a person, right? Because we sit in the bus. Okay. If we have question number 9, it says millimeters, centimeters, and meters. Let's select the values. How many centimeters? What are the estimates given to us? 4. Okay, we are using 4 as the variable. So can it be height of the bus 4 millimeter, 4 centimeter, or 4 meters? We know that 4 millimeter is this. Can this be the height of the double-decker bus? Or can this be 1 centimeter, 2, 3, and 4? This is 4 centimeters. Can this be the height of a double-decker bus? So we know that it cannot be millimeters. Yes, thank you. Perfectly correct. It would be 4 meters is a better estimate for the height of the double-decker bus. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay, you might not have ever seen this, but there is something called a postcard, right? Maybe you have seen it, maybe you haven't. Previously, people used to post cards. If they were visiting some places, they would post a card to their friends and family, telling them we have been to this place, right? Even now, you can find multiple postcards. Postcard is like a small card. You may even call it like a birthday card, but it does not open up. It's a single-sided card. Okay, so let's see what is a better estimate for the length of a postcard. Can it be 12 millimeters, 12 centimeter, or 12 meters? So which is a better estimate for a postcard? So what is a better estimate for the length of a postcard? Yes. Very good, Precious. No, 12 would be this big. 12 is too small, right? And 12 centimeters would be something like this. But 12 meters would be length of 3 cars. That's too much, right? So a better measure is centimeters. Okay? A postcard, you cannot post a card that is by the length of 3 cars. It should be a small, not very microscopic, but it should be something like a small piece of paper. That is 12 centimeters. Centimeters is the correct estimate. Okay. 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 Which is the better measurement for the length of a carrot? Okay. They are saying 25. Okay. They're using the variable 25. The unit 25 for the length, estimate for the length of a carrot. If we say this is our question number 11, And the variables that we have are, let me just copy these. Okay. If I would say, if the variables were 25 millimeters, 25 centimeters, or 25 meters, what would be a better measure for the length of a carrot? If the given options are 25 millimeters, 25 centimeters, and 25 meters, 25 meters is huge, right? When we go to an Olympic size swimming pool, right? That's sometimes 25 meters or 50 meter. Yes, thank you. 25 centimeter is a good estimate, is the better estimate out of the three values. Centimeter. Yes, thank you. That's perfectly correct. Okay. Which is a better estimate for the height of a tennis net? We know these days people are playing tennis, pickleball, right? So if ever we have been on the court, because tennis net is very different compared to a badminton. Badminton would be very high, but tennis net is low. Okay, the height of the tennis net is low. So the given options would be millimeters, centimeters, and meters. Let's put them over here. Let's see what are the better options. Okay, would it be 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, or 1 meter? We know that 1 millimeter is just this length. This is 1 mm. 1 centimeter would be this. Can a tennis court have this height? We know it cannot be millimeter, it cannot be centimeter, then it has to be a meter. Agreed? Yes, 1 meter is the height of the tennis net. Okay, let's do a few more and let's go to the quiz. Okay, which is a better estimate for the length of a hamster? Okay, some people have pets, some even have hamster that's pet. Okay, if this was the question given to us, they are saying which is a better estimate for the length of a hamster. So question number 13, and it says millimeters, centimeters, and meters. So the possibilities given are in centimeters, meters, and millimeters. No precious. A tennis net cannot be 1 centimeter. It has to be meters. 18 millimeters, 18 centimeters, or 18 meters. So what is the better estimate for the length of a hamster? The length of the hamster, 18 millimeters is this much, right? You cannot have a pet this long until it's a beetle or something, right? Or an insect. Or you cannot have a pet that is bigger than maybe 6 cars, right? We would need, that's very difficult to find a pet bigger than 6 cars. So we can say that 18 meters is not a recommended, millimeters is not recommended, but centimeters is a preferred. No, millimeter would be very small. 18 millimeter is this length, almost this, 18 millimeter. Can you have a hamster this length? No, right? And centimeter is a better estimate, right? Agreed, Precious? No millimeter, centimeter. centimeter is a better estimate. A hamster is like a small kitten. It needs to be bigger in length than 18 millimeters. Okay. I did not say cat. I said a kitten. Okay. The next would be, which is a better estimate for the length of a bed sheet? Okay. For a bed sheet, just a moment, please. Let me copy this. I'll realign this. Question number 14 says, which is a better estimate for a bed sheet? And the values given are, let's look at some options. Just a moment, please. Okay, in meters. If the given values to us are, better estimate is 2 millimeters, 2 centimeters, or 2 meters. Can we have a bed sheet this big? This is 2 millimeters. 2 centimeters would be 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. Can you put this big bed sheet on a bed? No, we cannot, right? Millimeter is too small. Centimeter is too small, right? Then we would say meters is a perfect. Agreed? Okay. Let's do some questions from the test. We'll do the test together, and the remaining questions you can practice later at your home, right? For your home practice. Let me just copy the first question. Which is the better estimate for the height of the door? So the question number 1, there are total 18 questions in this topic. Okay, the question number 1 for the test states that this is question number 1. These are the 2 options given to us. Okay. This is question number 1 from the test. So would it be option A or option B? Which is the better estimate for the height of a door? Three centimeters or 3 meters? For the question, yes, perfect. Up 3 meters is a perfect estimate for the height of a door. Option number B. Moving ahead to the next question, it says, which is a better estimate for the length of a TV remote? Most of the questions we would have done previously, like, but only the values would be changed. But the units will stay the same. Is it 17 meters or 17 centimeters? For question number 2, option A or option B? Yes, 3 meters was correct. What about the next one? Question number 2, which is the better estimate for the length of a TV remote? Yes, thank you. Option number B, 17 is correct. Thank you. Let's move ahead. The next question we have is, it says, which is a better estimate for the height of a tennis net? We just did this question. Tennis net we did recently. We have these two options, option A and option B. This is our question number 3. Says 1 meter or 1 centimeter. Oh, very nice, May. Thank you. 1 meter. Okay. Yes, 1 meter. Moving ahead to the next question. Length of a dolphin. Okay. Just a moment. The next question says, which is a better estimate for the length of a dolphin? Would be 2 centimeters or 2 meters? This was our question number 4. With the options, option A or option B. Okay, I have both the answer, A and B. 2 centimeters, we know that this is 2 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. Can the length of a dolphin be 2 centimeters? Have you ever seen this big dolphin? Like 2 finger space? No, we have never seen. Yes, Valerie? This has to be option A, because the length of the dolphin has to be in meters. Okay? Thank you. It has to be in meters. For the next question, okay. They're saying which is a better estimate for the length of a snake, that is a cobra. Okay. A cobra is a snake. It's a type of a snake. If these are the two options given to us, option A or option B, and we are trying to find a better estimate for the length of a snake, that's a cobra. Question number 5. Question number 5, option A or option B? No, May. It cannot be centimeters. It has to be meter. The length of the dolphin has to be meters. See, I'll draw a line, black line over here. Have we seen this big dolphin ever? Have we seen this big dolphin? This is 2 centimeter. It's very small, right? We cannot have 2 centimeter dolphin. Okay. Have you seen this? For this question, it says estimate the length of a snake. Have you seen? Have you ever been to a zoo or on TV? Have you seen this big snake? Snakes are bigger than this, right? Yes, correct. Option A. That means 2 meters, right? The snakes are usually taller than us, right? Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. Let's say we have, just let me copy this. Okay. Which it is a better estimate for the length of a car key? We know that meters is used for very big lengths, right? For a car, we can use, sorry, for the length of a car, we can say the length of the car is in meters. So would the length of the car key be also in meters? This is our question number 6. We have the option A and option B. Would the length of the car key be in meters as well or centimeters? Which is a better estimate for the length of a car? Car key? A car key. See, we can say 2 meters is equals to length of a car. A car key, a car key cannot be 3 times bigger than the car, right? It cannot be. Yes, thank you. Option A. This is not possible. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. Please do try the remaining few questions. Okay. Give them a try so that you have a better understanding of the topic. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.